What's up YouTube, Roach Source here, back with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at OG Fortnite is in trouble. Now what exactly does this mean? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go!
It's your first game of OG Fortnite. You're overwhelmed by the greenness of the island. Land at your old drop spot and begin your prayer to Epic Games. This glowing chest will have a gold scar. Today, I want to explore why...
That's one thing I noticed when OG Fortnite came back. I think I found a scar one time during all the games that I played in OG Fortnite, recently returning. One scar, guys. And it was a gold, but it was just that one time out of like, I don't know, 50 to 100 games that I played.
Players are roasting OG Fortnite. Are we blinded by nostalgia? Could it be that years of updates actually made the game better? Or should the community, I don't know, stop complaining for once in our freaking lives? You know what? Pull out the tier chart because bad chest loot lands itself a C rating. Half the time you open a chest, you're more likely to get a ton of gray weapons than anything else.
Yeah, that was another issue that I found. There was, pretty much just all gray weapons opening chests, and you barely could find a green or even a blue.
Is that because it's accurate to season 1. Back in the day, it really was like this. You had to actively search for rare weapons.
I do not remember that.
That was the whole point of it being called a rarity. Nowadays, it doesn't mean anything outside of epic and legendary, but it was the main part of the game in 2017. Zero build players have also realized just how unoptimized the map truly is. And why wouldn't it be? It wasn't even a mode when this released. The map is totally empty when you can't place stairs or boxes because the whole island was designed to give us room to build. If you play zero build now, there's basically no cover or protection from getting double pumped. Traps are nowhere to be found even though the patch notes claim they were available. So fans aren't happy about this, causing zero build OG to have significantly less players compared to the main mode.
I mean, that's correct, but honestly, I can't build for crap on PC with mouse and keyboard. Back when this came out, I was an Xbox player, to be honest with you, chat. So OG zero build is where I'm at when I play OG. I gotta say, it's kind of hard to get around those open areas.
A fair complaint, but it's only getting a B because it was not designed to support zero build. An issue that can be fixed are the broken reboot cards. Fans of OG have realized that if your card falls in a moisty mire or loot lake, good luck finding it. These things are as good as gone, unless you spam your pickup button while searching.
I actually do remember this happening in OG way back in the day too. Like somebody died in a loot lake or something. The card fell in the water. They were gone. They were done for. And I've come to realize that actually was a nostalgia thing for me, seeing that again playing OG Fortnite, because that actually happened.
In the water, in which case you're already in the middle of loot lake, so have fun getting sniped. Fortnite ain't always supposed to be easy. Welcome to the jungle, noobs. We got ourselves a C tier. Now, there's an item that fans are waiting for this.
I'd honestly rank that more of like a D tier, even though it was OG still from back in the day. It's still pretty inconvenient.
Whole time. Yet even with Fortnite calling this mode the OG, it is still missing arguably the most OG item, the Zapatron. This was in season 1 for like 30 minutes before getting removed, and since then, Epic have gone out of their way to tease it in live events, and modes like Imposters even got it. Despite this, the gun has still never returned, and there isn't a better time than now to bring it back. Yeah, we logged into OG and realized some things aren't meant to be. Welcome to our first S tier. There's one issue that the community has put at the top of their own tier list for Fortnite OG, shields. Massive outcry about this problem because let's be honest, even though it's realistic to how it was in 2017, it was still an issue back then. They simply brought it back.
I do think they should up the shield drops in OG zero build, just for the simple fact that there was no OG zero build back then. So having OG zero build now, I think they should have those more frequent shield drops.
And that's why fans are desperate to get more big pots and slurps. Instead, we're just stuck with way too many bandages and keep getting decimated by people with gray weapons. Seen a lot of fans asking for minis to be added, but these actually didn't exist in the original season. They were added as a response to the lack of shields in 2017. Obviously, Fortnite is going hardcore for the recreation, as we probably won't see minis until OG Season 2. For that reason, B tier, because it's annoying, but keep in mind, this is technically what we asked for. I have good news for those of you who keep telling me me you want to see a ranked version of OG. At the start of the season, it was a massive complaint because people kept dying to the sweats and pro players, and that's usually what happens when everyone is playing in the same matchmaking pool. So to counteract this, FORTNITE heard your complaints and is already working on a ranked OG mode. You're just gonna have to wait a little longer to actually face people at your skill level. For that, we give it an A tier because, I mean, like literally FORTNITE agreed with it. For now though, this problem has caused FORTNITE OG to become one of the most difficult modes in the entire game. In 2017, we never remembered it being that hard, and it's because everyone was new to the building mechanic. Not to mention, we never had updates like turbo placing, and pro players were only just starting to grasp the concept of building. Fast forward to now, and sweats are flocking to OG because it enables them to absolutely destroy people. Thanks to the lack of mobility items, explosives, and weapons that allow casual players to level the playing field, sweats are just farming kills. As a result of fans' feedback, Epic decided to go against their original choice. When OG launched, they purposely made it so that bot lobbies were disabled. Yet after realizing that most people were just getting destroyed and leaving matches, they rushed to bring bots back. Even this decision was controversial. Like literally Epic can't win here. They keep bots away, they annoy casuals. They add them, now half of the community says they ruin the nostalgia. Personally, I think it's a W bots are added. I mean, think about it. Half the lobby were bots in the OG days anyway.
That's true. That's very true. They were.
Add this to the A tier. I think they might be needed because Fortnite's latest edit option has totally changed the game. Simple edits was introduced.
In fact, I remember when they first added bots, and you were confused because you're like, is this player really bad? No, it was just a bot, but we didn't realize that they were adding bots back at the time.
Chapter 6, and this decision has extended into OG, causing total noobs to be hit even harder by pros. Turns out players are freaking out over this new simple edit feature because it lets people build exactly what they want quicker than ever. And the fact that you can hold over 3,000 materials in this mode, I mean, come on, it makes it even more ridiculous. With
Jesus.
all facts present, I give it a B rating. It's annoying, but as my dad once told me, just get good. I also brought up how turbo building has made the game more difficult over the years, and that's why some fans hoped Epic would ban it from OG Season 1. After all, it never existed back then. But considering the last time Epic deleted turbo builds and the backlash that followed, I doubt they want to open that can of worms again. D rating. The funniest part of all this has to be Epic's commitment to realism. They want us to truly experience what it was like in 2017. Like when we could pick up items like a purple sniper. It doesn't feel right. At least the scoped AR is OG and we got the wrong model here. It also definitely didn't sound like this. There might be a few slip-ups here and there, but to be honest, I'd sound like the whiniest baby if I gave this anything higher than a C tier. The movement is not OG. Sure, Epic kept out the new Chapter 6 features, but we still have tactical sprinting and sliding. Here's me being biased. I think this was a great choice. The map is so open and empty that sprinting feels absolutely necessary.
It does. And also, I have to say, when they made the reboot OG mode on the creative maps and we played that for the first time, I found the movement to be very annoying and slow paced, and I didn't like it at all because we were so used to the new movement, right? So I feel like honestly the new movement added into the OG was a good choice.
And sliding is amazing for getting down hills safely. There is one downside that fans keep bringing up. Slide kicking is back, and on the OG map, it is devastating.
I didn't even realize that. That's great.
The complaint is that new movement is ruining OG Fortnite. And here we're gonna cue the old cartoon falling sound effect because we're dropping this down to an F tier. It's really not that bad. Hopefully Epic aren't updating just the normal mode with future seasons. 2017 was also famous for introducing LTMs to the game. Fans are hoping that classic modes like 50v50 and Food Fight will make a return. These were so good at keeping the game fresh and made it a little easier for people to complete challenges without just getting demolished by sweats. Not the end of the world that these aren't in game right now, but I'd love to see him back. A tier. Earlier I talked about how everyone is going back to the map after 7 years.
I honestly could go without them. They weren't that important to me. I was mostly interested in the main modes like BR and the story mode that they actually originally came out with for the game.
And realizing just how empty it is. Normally it's not a problem, but now that Zero Build is here, could there be a solution that solves everything? Despite the fact that these were literally in the trailer, there's no bush grenade for OG, leaving players scratching their heads. Let's be honest, bushes were one of the most iconic parts of the Chapter 1 map. Fortnite literally designed entire skins around the joke of hiding in one. With that in mind, not the biggest complaint in the world, I give it a C tier. I also mentioned earlier about why I think tactical sprinting was a good decision, and it's mostly because one of the biggest pieces of feedback in OG was the storm. For the past few years, we've been realizing that—
Yes, the storm. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys notice from the current retail state of the game versus the OG version of the game or the classic version. I kind of compare this on a level to WoW. But the storm hits way harder in OG than it does on the current state of the game. So the movement definitely was needed.
That the storm is less and less of a factor because it usually goes towards the center of the map every time now. Back in 2017, this was completely random. You could drop somewhere in the bottom of the map and realize this was a big mistake. They brought this feeling of dread back to OG, and by not showing you where Zone 1 is gonna be, it finally makes a storm feel important again. Now, a lot of players are calling it annoying or complaining about it moving too fast, but I actually think this is one of the most nostalgic moments of OG. You have to remember, Battle Royale is meant to force you to keep moving, and picking the best drop spot wasn't always about loot, it was about storm rotations. For that, this deserves an F tier. Now, even if you do pick a good spot with solid loot, OG is still punishing players by giving us the most basic loot pool possible. The biggest issue is the fact that nobody could find ammo, and luckily Epic heard people's concerns, so they pushed an update that everyone loves. Now, ammo boxes and chests have a 100% spawn rate with more loot, traps are easier to find, slurp juice is more common. I'll give it an A tier. What players are raging over the most right now is hit scan, not the fact that it has returned for—
This is true, but I also feel like the assault rifle in the OG was trash. Like, you can't hit somebody, like say from where he's standing to maybe past that brown and red barn over there. You can't hit anybody with the assault rifle because it scatters. There's no direct hit point on that.
OG, but how Bloom might be the most inconsistent thing in the whole game.
A few minutes later.
Wait, no, wait, what?
Yeah, sometimes you absolutely laser people, other times that happens. I am the biggest Bloom hater, so I give it an A tier. Now, funny thing is, they even gave the scoped AR Bloom. And now everyone's asking the same question, why does it even have a scope then? It gave me a good chuckle, so A tier. Speaking of inconsistencies, you guys have made it pretty known just how weird OG Fortnite is. Like, the map is a one-to-one recreation of 2017, you can't fault it, but we're picking up guns with new models, using our Chapter 6 inventory, and looking at a modern mini-map. Fans can't help but feel the mode was kinda rushed out. Like, half the UI is classic and the other half has been untouched. Solid criticism. Like, on the whiny scale though, I'll give it a B tier. Now, a lot of people are saying they have absolutely no problem with the new mode and love how OG it feels. The fact that they went all out to make it feel like 2017, despite the problems Chapter 1 had, it's impressive. But some modern changes are getting criticized, like sniper glare. Some people are really upset this is an OG because it's a massive nerf to snipers. But I mean, like, guys,
They didn't come out with this until maybe a year or two ago with the sniper glare.
Not the end of the world. Can we give this a Z tier? Turns out when you bring back a classic mode and the problems that came with it, you unearth demons that we thought were long gone. Like the issue that plagued Fortnite for years, I'm talking about stream snipers.
On my life, you getting banned, bro. On my life, you get banned. You get banned.
Yeah, some of the world's biggest streamers came back to Fortnite after years because of OG. Well, it's only for them to quit within hours just because of the sniper problem. I'm not gonna lie, that speed clip is pretty funny, but stream sniping gives you an A tier. Luckily, some issues are getting quickly resolved, like how we loaded into OG on day one, super excited to play with our friends, only for there to be no duos mode. I didn't understand it, especially because Fortnite itself launched in 2017 with duos. Led to people being forced to team in solos, and I mean, come on, that just ruins things for everyone. Now, Epic has quickly realized this problem, and thankfully, they released OG duos this week. I give it an S tier. Now, where do we go from here? You guys dumped a lot of feedback on Epic, and it's gonna take a while to implement the changes, especially when they are saving some of them for the long-awaited OG Season 2. But we're waiting until January until that happens. We're the 1 month per season, this means we won't even get to the beloved Season 4 until 3 months from now. I sound very sympathetic, but D tier. I mean, it's time to stop being babies, just play the video game or go touch grass. Like, it's not that serious. Tommy, top 5 gaming. I mean, did I even have to make this video?
No, I 100% agree with that for sure. But I feel like a lot of the changes for the retail from now that they implemented into the OG was much needed, honestly, because if you've played like the reboot version in creative, I don't know, man. Like the movement was just stale to me. It was stale, boring, and slow. I mean, granted, it was OG for the way it was, but I mean, given that it was OG then and then you're bringing it back now, you kind of want to make it better because everybody is so used to the way that things are now, honestly. I mean, either way, people are going to complain. And that's my hot take on it. So I don't think OG's in trouble necessarily. I just think that they have a lot of revamping and bug fixes and small minor changes that they need to bring into the game mode now that it's back. But I feel like we're going to see a lot of that in the upcoming season.
Hey guys, if you liked the video, make sure you head over to the page, hit that like button, scroll over, smash that subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified for future video drops, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.